Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Why the fuck is this microphone changing its USB port on its own? For loving fucking sake. Hello Dutch, oh loco, my dog, Skip and Demon Sub. Hello. I don't know why it resets to a different device. It's just makes no sense. As you can see, no Jerry tonight. He apologizes. He said he would be with us next week. Unless things go south somewhere. Yeah, he's still busy doing things, and hopefully next week will be a bit less time consuming for him. I need a drink. Oh, that was a lovely thing, the AWS failure, or rather the misconfiguration of certain subsystems. Legend or rumor has it that Amazon had, just prior to the event, kicked off a large portion of their workforce, but that's more or less a legend. Emergency stun Jerry. Do we really? Emergency is such a bad thing. No, planning is better. Hello, Redverse, welcome. So today I won't be doing hobby. Planned emergency backup, Jerry. No, emergency Ben phone. I'm not sure Ben is willing to cover for Jerry again. So I'm not doing hobby tonight for various reasons. Reason number one, I'm quite undecided on what project to tackle next. And reason number two, I've done more in the last 2 weeks than I have in 3, 4, 5 months before. If you are looking over at OTT, I put a update on a project for the lovely cheap little house that is now done. So if you want to go and have a look-see, go there and take a peek at high-res pictures. Did I get my K47 box yet? I'm not sure how long the Indomitus box took, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm not sure who's responsible for shipping claimed packages, but yeah. The day I noticed that I had won the starter set, I immediately put in a stake and claimed it. Gingerbread walls. No, Demon Sub, I don't think so that gingerbread walls are a thing in Frostgrave. Yeah, could be. Could be. Vouchers are much easier to put out. You just send an email. I'm not even sure if the box is actually sent out by on tabletop. I think I remember that in previous years, sponsored prizes have been sent by the company sponsoring. Yes, Redverse, that could be highly possible that he's just going, or even worse, take the prize home with him and show me on camera just to annoy us. If he replaces the bases, I'm fine. I can live with that. No, I don't think 25 mil would fit these minis. Mocking us at drugs for fun with customs. Yeah. Or in today's world, just write to the leader of Antifa on the box so that people are getting riled up. Contains explosives, yeah. Don't shake, might break. Let me see. So for this week's Frostgrave campaign, I needed a 3-story tower. And yeah. It went as well as last time. So if you remember, this is my 2-store tower. And now I made an add-on with a staircase just last night. I'm hoping the glue's now set. Oh, Redworth, I can see what you're doing there. Hello, Dan Lee. I hope the glue has set by now. Otherwise, this will be horrible. No, it's working. So, other than annoy people with weird messaging on their money transfers, what have you lot been up to? Have you done any hobby? And if not, why? I'm just removing the pins before I forget. Tinder refund. Oh, Redverse, that's yeah. To be fair, I once sent a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, money I owed him, and the reference field was for sexual services. We all had a big laugh. His bank didn't. Denley almost finished his spooky entry for this month. Oh, well then, get painting. Oh, come out. Why are you so stubborn? Evening, Jill. Hello and welcome. Oh, that last one, Redverse, that's a no-go. That went too far. That could potentially lead to beheadings. Not sure if this will stick very long, but it only needs to last one game. She stopped asking for money. That's one way of doing it. Yeah, it looks a bit crap. But then again, it's a one-nighter. Let's put that away before it breaks. So, for today's topic, I had a little, what you call it, enlightenment is the wrong word. I got a wee bit annoyed on a Facebook group. Yes, Jill, another Frostgrave terrain piece. And I think that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. I don't want to be on Facebook anymore. I don't want to be in groups for certain games that I don't need to be in. And yeah, I've just had it. And now I've started collecting forum links, basically. So I started looking around, and this is all since yesterday? Yes, yesterday. So I started looking at companies I follow, if any of them still have some kind of community, and lo and behold, actually there are. So North Star Militias has a forum that is what's it called again? Let Adventure Forums. I've registered a name there a few weeks ago, and I'm going to use that now more on a daily basis. Modifius of all people have a forum, a proper forum with subforums for all of their games. So I'm going to go there and see what happens. There's a very old forum for German speakers that initially just was for X-Wing, but has since evolved into covering all miniature-based games in Star Wars universe. So X-Wing, version 1, version 2, Legion, Imperial Assault, and Shatterpoint also, and Armada. Sadly, that's a wee bit wonky right now, so I'm hoping that's not on the way out. And then there's what was the fourth one? I had four. Hold on, let me check my notes. Oh yeah, and then there's the gwfanworld.net forum, which is a German forum again, that originated for Warhammer and stuff, but is basically for any system you can find under the sun. Yes, I will give you the links in a minute. Don't be hasty. So this is 4 forums I already collected. I initially was tempted to do a post on OTT to ask for more links, but I felt that would be like going into a restaurant and asking for a place on where to eat. So has a bit of a taste to it. So if you have any good living forums to show people, please leave them in the comments or send them via DM or whatever. I will now try to grab me links and put them in chat so that you can, if you are so inclined, go and look and maybe even join. So number 1, in no particular order, is the Games Workshop Fan World Forum. Number 2 is the Modifius Forum. Number 3 is the Let Adventure Forum, and I'm pretty sure some Beast of War is already there. And Ewok Kebab, that's not a real forum, but I appreciate the effort you put in getting that translated. And the last one, so that one is a bit tricky because some of the graphics and hard links inside the forum are coded to a URL that worked for that forum before, so you might experience weird behavior. So best not click on graphics, but just use text links, then it'll work. But then again, Games Workshop, gwfanworld.net and Mos Eisley's Raumhafen are German speaking. So, as I said, yes, Jill, weird behavior on the internet. Who would have thunk? So, if you got any links mentioning, chug them my way. I have them set up on a blog post, and I'll just, for the sheer sake of completeness, let me. Where is it? So that's my hobby blog where I put in the current forums I have, and I am intended to visit more regularly. If I get more forums, I will put them in that post as well, so that there will be a collection of hobby forums, because people need choices. I feel we're at a point where the enshittification of Facebook has reached a level which is absolutely apparent, and you can't do shit. Frankly, the German group for Legion has become basically just painting services showing off their models. Every 2 weeks or so, somebody's asking a question that had been asked over and over again. And there's little to no value in those groups anymore. I am highly disappointed that Fantasy Flight Games have killed their forums, that Atomic Mass Games don't have a forum, and that Asmodee Germany had killed their forum some years ago. Those had been great. Yeah, that's if it's a nothing to do with tabletop. There's little sense in putting that into that list, because forums themselves are there aplenty, but this is just for to get more information on our hobby. And on my blog entry, there's also a link to OTT for obvious reasons. If I were better connected, networked to different people, then this might be easier. But yeah, I'm just a speck of dust in the broader universe that is the internet. Even though I've been online for now 30 years. Holy fuck. So with that out of the way, you could help decide what am I to do next on my hobby table. Do I need to show you stuff, or do we do this by text? Good evening, Davonky Goblin. Do a Gundam. Well, that's the only thing that's a thing that I don't have any plastic sitting around. So I'm just talking about what I have in my broader collection, which is more than enough. So there's various stuff of Star Wars Legion. There's a wee bit of BattleTech. There's Bot War. Even more Legion. And a lot of various fantasy and sci-fi miniatures in there. News groups actually exist. Sadly, my provider that is giving me my news group access has just announced they will be shutting down service within a year. So I think I'll need to relocate. But again, there's basically two news groups I know of for miniatures. One is Rec Games Misc Warhammer, and one is Rec Games Misc Historics, I think. And neither of those are very active in any capacity. Well, you didn't jump on the bandwagon quick enough, Ewok Hip Hop. Plus, you already got enough buttons. Then Lee votes Bot War. So that would be this here little guy. Oh, he's stuck. Hold on a sec. And this here not so little guy. Yeah, I guess I could make them work. You've hit your gold button limit for 2025. Please eject surplus golden buttons. That's true, Danley. Golden buttons can very suddenly appear out of thin air or nowhere because all of a sudden Ben has found your project. Oh, and there's more. And still this box and his brother sitting here waiting to be opened and built and painted. No, I don't think I have seen the project. Maybe nobody has. Maybe your project is still sitting in private mode, so only Jerry had a laugh and nobody else could see that. Ewok, could it be? He is now checking if his project is actually live. 3 pieces and you did a project. Well, show us then. Give us the link so we can all join in watching. Oh, Goblin, your golden button was for sheer enthusiasm. Also, you went Gundam and paint markers. Ah. That's true. Pointedly, many models are single pieces, so basically the amount of pieces is not a factor that counts towards should we go there or not. If web rings was still a thing, that would help greatly. That is more like, yeah. Oh, I totally forgot that. Excuse me. There is actually a. It's not a blog. It's what would you call that? So someone set up a blog and is using to aggregate links from other hobby blogs. It's kind of a web ring, but only one way. I might put that into the forum collection as well with a caveat. Need to remember that later. So that is your project then. Let's see, where's my change video blog? There it is. And now you need to go over there. Ewok's Big Gundam Project. February, that's... Oh, I do... at least I remember the bot. I think we talked about these tiny little iBots. An official Gundam marker. Oh, you. Oh, now I know why you didn't get a golden button. You know why? Because you teased the lot with this picture. So now they're waiting for you to build this one and make it work and make it good. So do that, and I'm pretty sure the golden button will be dispensed. So what was the let me show you, where's the where is that bloody link? That's not it. Ah, there it is. And it's dead again. No, it's not. Yeah, that will be a link that I need to add later. Yeah, don't give us the excuse of the boxes in boxes. We have seen your workspace. You have more space to work with than most of us. Get on with it. You thieving person. Oh, grand. Don't you just love it when people don't have their shit together? In regards of URLs. Horrible. Before I forget, I will just now insert the link into my blog. A collection of blogs. And we don't want to do that because that doesn't work. And then we go here and say, fucks you all. Add and do new. I hope this is working. Well, if you have to buy a new house, maybe sell some of your stuff. Gift it away. You don't need to hoard it. You need to let go. Remove what doesn't bring happiness. I get up 4 hours before I go to sleep and work in a hole in the ground covered with cardboard in the middle of the road. What? I'm not sure if I get what you're saying, Wonky. Our house in the middle of the road. No, street. Oh god, now, yes. Oh god, here we go again. Chat is quoting Monty Python, more or less, on a freestyle basis. Yes, you all had it very bad. You're all very terrible, lonely persons. You were lucky you had shoes. I think they did that sketch live on stage on the last evening on the live thing they did way back when. So, I'm all out of ideas. Have you got any? I actually didn't plan for being that clueless tonight. My brain's a wee bit unconcentrated. Hot tub stream. How about no demon sub? No. For some for some perverted odd reason, I'm very tempted to build a whole battalion of Skellybobs. I have no use for them. Dark Souls gaming. I don't think that's my kind of game. Oh, I can understand that. Overload of socializing is a terrible thing. Yeah, Jill, but does that mean just because you got half your armies, you don't actually need that I need to build something that I don't need? Isn't that mandatory? In that case, I've got 40k stuff aplenty I don't need. Oh, it makes you feel better. Okay, from your point of view, that is a completely fair and valid justification. From my point of view, nah. Well, Jason and the Argonauts is what, 8 skeletons? 10 at most? Because he's just throwing a handful of dragon's teeth. And, well, 1, 2, 3 already done. Need a Hydra first. Well, I don't want to build a Hydra. I'll put them away again. Who took my Skelly-Bobs? You come back here. Skelly-Bobs with feet. But in all seriousness, I don't get why people are so annoyed about these. Yes, they're a bit fiddly to put together, but I had worse models. Way worse. Wargames Foundry do a set with the guy throwing the teeth. Huh? Gaming companies. Good night, Dutch. 50. I don't think, are there 50 in the box? Oh, 24. And I've already used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the golem. 2 more for my beach. And 1 for the haunted mansion. That's 10. And 2 more up there is 12. I already did half the box. Technically. A Kings of War army? Why would I do that? In all seriousness, there's too many games out there. There are good forums for Kings of War. Well, put a link out. I might suggest reading up on it. Hello, Lazagram. Good evening and welcome. How many Skelly-Bobs are in the old Mark box? I wonder. 30. So there's 29 to be built. So I have more skeletons left to build in this box than are in the complete number in the L1 box. Oh, grand. I'd please Jerry greatly if I was to build a a Kings of War army. Oh, you didn't. Oh, you didn't. You nasty person, Jill. I'm pretty sure that's a fake URL. I'm not clicking that. That's a fake URL. It's going to infect my computer with a very awful virus, will it? I don't trust you. You're just people in the internet. I don't trust you. Yes, you, Jill. Someone who does such nice miniatures can't be trusted. Perfectly innocent. See, it could be a redirect to Gibbs Workshop. That's a absolutely fair point. Could bleed my eyes. Square bases for Wonky Goblin. You could annoy him by using using 5-pointed. What's that called? Not hex shaped, pentagram shaped. Hexagonal, pentagonal, I think. Oh, flocking hell, it's an actual King's War. Is it official or is it just some kind of... Ah, it's unofficial. Ah. But I might put it into my collection later, because it yeah, for other people's. Hex bases are totally fine. It's just round bases he doesn't like. I think you could use any other basing form, but rounds just... no. Very nice try, Nomad. Very nice try. But I'm too old. See my shirt? I'm not falling for that. You have to do better. Try harder to convince an old fart. Join us. Where would I join you, Orinoco? Would I join you in having an army that you'll never use, or are you actually playing Kings of War? All the grumpy old twats ever want to. Almost, Jill. You got me. Almost. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to regret this, but was Kings of War one of those games where the actual rule sets are free online available? I can't remember, actually. Or did they just release the 3rd edition and 4th is now paid? I can't remember. Just keep telling yourself that, Dave. I play at my local. One day I might paint them. See, I'm not looking for a complete, absolute free rule set, but if I, hypothetically, were to do a dry undead Kings of War army, I would like to have them properly built so that you could actually use them in a game if, for some unseen circumstances, suddenly I would do stuff. And speaking of unforeseen circumstances, Bettina, the wife of Carsten, who I play with regularly on a Thursday, is going to gift Carsten a game he already knows about. And it's, if I remember correctly, some kind of fantasy skirmisher. I don't know. I never heard of it. I forgot the name. So next year, new project, maybe? Well, that would be a very, very cheap way to go, Dave. Let's face it, there's just too much choice. I'm spoiled for choice. We all are spoiled for choices. Let me do a quick count off from the top of my head on all the games I already have sitting with me. So we go Blood Bowl, X-Wing, Legion, Battletech, Frostgrave, Bot War, Armored Clash, Warhammer Fantasy 6th, Warhammer 40k 3rd, 4th, and 5th edition, Fallout, I'm pretty sure I'm missing something. So I'm 10 miniature games already in. Oracle, yeah, I see what you mean by having a footprint. Yes, I did say Legion. Yes, Wonky. Conflict 47. Somewhere in the future. Fucking hell. Of all the games that could have been won in 2025. There could have been different things I would have liked to win, but yeah. So what might make use of that in some capacity or not. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some game that Hero Quest, Gorkamoka. So we are now at 12 games. And I'm still very certain that I'm missing something. And this is going to annoy me now that I can't remember which game I might be missing. It'll come to me and I will be highly frustrated. That will be after the show. Demon's Up, I think the rule was not buying new games, wasn't it? So technically, if one of those lads would have won... Yes, no mod, I did say Bot War. Hold on. Big stompy robots. Why is it so hard to keep track of your stuff? I feel I should make a project to list all my gubbins. But then again, do I really want to? I'm still very impressed and scared by some of you folk out there who actually use spreadsheets to keep track of what you have. That's scary. Knowing down to the last model number what you have. I'm not judging, Joe. I'm just scared. And you know why I'm scared? Because I see the appeal. I'm highly tempted to do it myself. Wouldn't it take me ages to completely do that? And wouldn't it show me what I have sitting and not using? Oh, 13. Keltos. I have a large amount of Keltos stuff sitting around. Spreadsheets can't be improved by spreadsheets because that's spreadsheetception. That is true, Orinoco. It would avoid double buying if you were A, keep your records up to date, and B, bother to look at them before buying stuff. Yeah, Jill, I'm guessing the total numbers is something that would drive me mental. I know I have some Space Marine. I have less what you call them, Necrons, but I've got a boatload of orcs. Orinoco, if you take your spreadsheets of your collection to the shop while you're shopping, the owner knows you're very gullible for getting stuff. So you might as well just hand them your wallet. Which I want to. In that regard, I'm happy that there's no local shop anymore where I could just wander in and browse the shelves and grab a thing and run away. Just buying online is, you have a little bit more restraint to that. Just make scrolling motions and say you have it. They are not going to believe you. They won't. I'm still thinking I'm missing a game. Oh yeah. Tanks. 14. Space Crusade. 15. Though Space Crusade and what you call it, and Hero Quest, do they really count? I mean, technically they have miniatures, but they're more board games, aren't there? Oh, a new Element Games opens near Demon's Hub, and he's just going to have a look. Remember, you look with your eyes, not with your hands. Redworth, I get stuff delivered to work, but not because my wife would, if I'd buy stuff, but there's always somebody who can accept the parcel, and I can pick it up whenever I want. So it's just basically circumventing the fact that delivery services, when putting things at the home address, would go, "Oh, you're not here. Come and get it somewhere else." Yes, Demon's Sub willpower tests is a thing that might be necessary when you visit that store. Better yet, leave your wallet at home. That way you can only look. And nobody has won a couple of raffles at shows. Oh. So, Chad, what do you think? How high are the chances that my wife will believe me that this is the third time I won something big from OTT? I mean, I have proof. It's on the internet, so it must be true. Oh my god. I'm really happy that Conflict 47 is a game I'm usually absolutely not interested, so I had no intentions of spending any money whatsoever. So whenever that will be, that box is arriving at my place, I might be tempted to raffle it off. Unless there's a charity again in the vicinity and I'm getting it out of here again. Distract her with some baked products. That doesn't work. She's too clever for me. I'm still still not sure we went through all games. Hello, Taros. We're trying to make a list of all my games I have sitting here, not playing and needed to be painted. The Cyberpunk box Combat Zone, does that count as a game, or is it as a miniatures game, or is it a board game? I think it falls in the same weird between category as does Hero Quest and Star Wars Imperial Assault and Space Crusade. Basically board games with miniatures. But that's I think that's a useless discussion. I need something more to drink. Shaking your bottles prior to opening is a bad idea. Oh no, I'm leaking. I'm making a mess. Have I played Moonstone or Saga? No and no. Though Moonstone is I have the rules printed out. I have the standees printed out. I've never played it, so technically I have the game? Question mark? Because the rules are free? Or at least were at the time. Not sure if they still are. And Saga, no, I never had any contact points with Saga. That's a weird game. Have any of the attendees here now in chat, have any of you watched the latest XLBS with Warren? If so, I wonder how we can get him to be more on screen even without him doing hobby as much as he would like to be. I feel he's under the impression that he can't be on screen because he's not able to do hobby, which I find is wrong from a complete ground up. I feel he still has much to give to the talk, to the discussion, to the vibe of the show. I mean, who didn't miss the... Please unplug your earphones. Indie of the week! Yeah, Jill, so then I'm not going to talk anymore about the XLBS. I won't be... I don't want to... Spoil is a wrong word, but I think there's a discussion to be had about Warren and him not feeling belonging to the to the chat anymore. It's odd. It's Beast of War on tabletop is his baby, or his and Lloyd's. So and just because he's currently having a hard time holding a brush, I think he feels he still can waffle about stuff like he did always. Have some weird conspiracy theories about aliens and flying sausages and doing weird. What was that called again? Cogito Ludos with Ben. Yeah, imposter syndrome, I get behind, but he's been doing this for years. He shouldn't be feeling as an imposter just because an illness is making it hard for him to hold a brush. A walking goblin can never take gaming Matt seriously because of him. Warren meets Matt. Taurus, you're correct. It's Warren's choice, and if he doesn't want to, if he's not feeling comfortable in front of the camera, there's not much we can do about it. The only thing we can do is tell him, dude, come back. We miss you. But at the same point, I can understand if he's not feeling it. I wouldn't be here if I would be in the same boat. Yeah, Red was. I think that's part of life. Just changing things. Life will change you if you want it or not. Simple by the fact that you're growing old and eyesight's getting bad, hearing's getting bad, hair is getting less or gray, belly's getting round. It's a finite experience in this world. At least to the current state of knowledge. No, what's the terminology? You know what I mean. But I'd love to see him more often, just for a difference in opinion. Yeah, Demon Sub, he has great ideas. Some of them not so great, but most of them are, at the least, funny and inspiring to a degree. Um, to tell you the truth, just at the beginning of the week before they recorded the XLBS, I reached out to to Warren and asked him if he wanted to do a do we really want to know video like I did with John Wake back when, if he wasn't wanting to do XLBS for whatever reason and just talk stuff. He went on XLBS. The offer still stands if he wants to do a video regarding everything but hobby. I'm here. Oh, Taurus, what did you buy? Dungun and lasers. Gervase the Etin. Here, wrong browser. Hold on again. Gesundheit. Yeah. This is hard, even with 2 monitors. Now you go live there. 50 mil base. Oh, that's a nice one. But why does he have 2 heads? And there's a Skellybob head in the background. Just thought it looked cute. What? So you're not buying him for any special reason whatsoever. So no army planned or game use for in game. Call him Ricky. Call him the Headless Rider. People will be very confused. He's not riding, and he's got two heads. Just like the look of it. Yeah, that's. I feel that's the most honest and reasonable way to actually buy a model you don't plan on buying for a certain game. It looks cool, you want to have it, go for it. Wouldn't an Atten need two names, one per head? Headless? Rider. Two name. One head is named Headless, one is named Rider. I feel that the last miniature I bought surely because I liked the look. I can't remember. Collecting bits and pieces to be ready for Clash of Sorcery. Is Clash of Sorcery a version of Clash of Clans? So are people now doing Game of Game? So we have Saga Age of Magic, Saga Age of Rome, and Clash of Clans, and now we have Clash of Sorcery? This is going to get confusing. Not sure I will be keeping up with that. The Rugnauts, they definitely are up there. I'm not sure if they are the last. I'm not even sure if it was a Kickstarter or if it actually was a miniature that I just saw and told myself I need to have that. Clash of Spears, Clash of Katana, okay. But let me take a look in my Kickstarter history. If the page is willing to let me in. View Army back projects. Open up, Sesame. No, it's different. No. No. See. At the beginning of this year, Star Rogues 2 by Bequest Miniatures, which is basically old school old school Space Marine stuff. If you haven't seen those in the campaign. Let me see if I can. Yeah, Rugnauts. The first round I got in wasn't so bad. But after that they got a little bit more expensive. But then again, the first batch was so cute, I just had to have them. Let's see. So this is the this was the latest one I got. And those weren't cheap either. to be brutally honest. But they are two-piece metals. Other than that, I can't really remember. So, oh yes, there's the Lord Buckethead that I had to have, and the Grand Moff Tarkin with slippers and teacup. But I think one of those miniatures I actually went for full I want that is this little guy here. We can't make it visible on screen very well. So it's a Skellybob Pope of some description that I actually saw being reported on, and I knew I need to have that, and this was a single buy. And it got painted the minute it arrived at my doorstep. Almost put Toffee to shame, the speed I used to paint it. That reminds me of a completely other direction. Any of you who play small skirmisher games, especially Frostgrave, do you have special carrying cases for your monsters and enemies, or do you just chuck them in the bin and take a bucket load of Skelly-Bobs with you? A lich for your King of the War. I think I have more than one. For some reason, I like the design of undeads. And some more are sitting behind me in my box of Frosty Greys. Jill only ever plays at home. Well, that's easy enough. So how do you store them? Oh, I know how you store them. You are the one with all those very expensive, cheeky, fashionable, fancy, really useful boxes. Grenadier did years ago a halfling knight, which was just a hobbit converted with a great helmet. Well, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it somewhere. Problem is, will it be cheap? Wonky Goblin has a toolbox that splits into sections. Well, I have something similar for all my Orky stuff, but that's more or less just storage, for lack of a better term. It's not really... They're all in one place. I can carry them around, but I shouldn't, because there's no padding in there. There's nothing keeping them from whacking inside each other. Taurus uses metal toolboxes for carrying figures. I'm guessing your miniatures then have a magnet on the underside, so that's reasonable. Yeah, magnets are a fine thing. I'm starting to... regret is the wrong word. I'm a bit in... Well, I could have gone the other way. When I started with Legion, I used big car washers in the bases of my miniatures to just have a heft to them, and then use magnets in the transportation boxes I built to keep them in place. But yeah, it doesn't really work when you have a metal box. Good night, Demons Up. All your 50 mils are magnetized. I'm not sure how expensive it would be for me to go full magnet on my Legion. I'm not starting to count all the miniatures. It's an insane amount of numbers. Insane amount of miniatures. Well, brain's stopping working again. Also, see that's another thing I need to build a second another shelving unit for miniatures, at least 2 of them. Good evening, Nick. You're late to dem party. Interesting little what is that? A dancing rainbow gummy bear. Have you been taking drugs? Yeah, so reason I'm asking currently my crossgrave transportation method is very rudimentary, and it's one of these games where, yeah, you for that one game you only need 5 skeletons, but the next game is random miniatures. I really miss the days of the uh, generic hard box suitcase with inserts. I know you can still get them, but they're way too expensive. Respect the bear, says Nick. I do respect the bear, but do I respect the man behind the bear? See so that's a reference totally wasted on me. Yeah, they are silly money. Even if you don't go down Games Workshop's route with their carrying cases, but just any other company that does generic foam inserts, they're getting expensive. So technically, having your miniatures with attached to the to your transportation method via a strong magnet is the best option you can have. But still, you need magnets. Ewok, I would be too if converting all my storage to really useful boxes wouldn't set me back a high 3-digit number. I mean, we talked about this earlier. I'm now, let's say, I only need 12 different games for boxes. That's 12 large boxes plus magnets plus whatever needs to be sorted. Camera boxes with plug foam is cheaper. KR multi-cases, I'm not sure. I am aware of their existence. Let me just check. So there's an Amazon seller, but Amazon is a big pile of bantapudu. Don't they have... store finder there. That should be... if there's anything behind that paywall. Gasland cars. I remember that I had a plastic thingamajig for those scale cars way back when I was a kid. I wonder if modified cars would still fit that. It looks like the store finder on KR multi-cases is not working. looks like they're just available through... not even through Amazon. Not available. Nope. For whatever reason. Oh, there's some available. I'm pretty sure there's some similar company running around here locally. Oh, now it's working. Goo. Oh yeah, Battlefield Berlin. Well, almost any almost any game shop I know of is listed, but not the one I usually buy from. Well, that's just grand again. At least Battlefield Berlin, which is a well-known shop. But I can't find them right now. Well, do that later on. Hobnobs! Yeah, Wonky, that's the thing. I don't like to import stuff from way over there. It's you can't be sure if you actually get what you ordered. So, metal biscuit tins. Again, would work if my miniatures were magnetized, but my miniatures have the metal inside, so I need the thing where I put them on to be the strong magnet. Nick has spent the last 2 weeks prepping for a charity paint and take in Dublin this weekend. So much work to get ready, and it'll be over in a flash. Yeah, it's like having sex. You have all that foreplay, undressing, going to the movies and the dinners, and after 15 seconds, everything's done. Not only on Amazon, Wonky, if you go and look at eBay, that it's the same. They're just Chinese resellers doing drop shipping. Yeah. My Christmas dinner, yeah, works as well. Whatever brings you joy, Nick. Hey, I can't provide the hot tub, so I'm providing steamy topics. Be grateful. You bastards. Good evening, Zork. The problem with sticky magnet sheets is the ones I had up until now are not powerful enough to keep a miniature in place. They're enough to keep it from being bumped accidentally a bit, but when push comes to shove, they're all over the place. What's wrong with the word graceful, Jill? I can't see anything wrong with that. Let's see. Do I have a miniature sitting up there that is weighted properly with anything? I don't think so. That's annoying. Look! Skelly Bob Golem. Hello, Crispin. Yes, it's currently just the me show because Jerry has important things to do. So, there's a metal thingamajig that is magnetic. Not sure I would trust that. Not really. Yes, that was an ex-human pyramid, more or less. That's my entry for the currently running OTT painting competition, unofficially forum provided, which is my bone golem, which is Cirque du Soleil Redux. And if you see how wobbly that is, can you imagine what a pain in the ass that is that to paint that? That was a silly idea, and I really regretted my choice after gluing in the two lower scallybobs. So if I were to find any kind of strong adhesive material, I have theorized about getting rare earth magnets that fit inside the washer, so that I can have the heft of the washer to keep the miniature in place while gaming, and also the magnet to keep it in place. But then again, I need to buy buckets of them, and I don't know which size they are. Do I have one here? So these are the washers that go beneath my miniatures. And the hole in the center, how big is that? Measuring device. If I only had a measuring device. Oh, look, see, I have a measuring device. So it's 6 mil in diameter, with a thickness of, let's say, 2 mil. So 6 by 2 flat rare earth magnets. Oh, because if I overdo the magnet, the model will come off the base before the base leaves the sheet. That's a very good call. Let me just do a quick eBay check. If we could find something like that. It's always astounding how different pricing is at some of these. 6 mil, 2 mil thick, 50 pieces, 70 euros. 6mm could be potentially a wee bit big. Let's see if there's a 5mm. For some odd reason, I'm now getting brake discs. Oh, there. 5 to 10, 50. For some odd reason, a wee bit more expensive. But then again, as people have said, strength is a difference. They might be worth it money-wise, Ewok, but at the same time, I'm not going to risk stuff not getting here. Well, if you get your magnets wrong, Wonky, that's because you use them to magnetize stuff. If I think you can get away with reversing polarity on your magnets if you just use them as a method to fix stuff to a metal plate of sorts. I wouldn't dare do something. Well, no, I'm lying. I already did. I already did use magnets to make stuff modular. My ATST has an optional gun. Well, Nick, I think technically you wouldn't be wrong, except for the teeny weeny problem that skirmish games are out of the question at that point, I feel, because if they get too close together, they just go wank. Buying magnets on eBay is one of these things where sellers really take advantage of people not knowing what they're going in for. Yeah, chaos on the Blood Bowl pitch. I do seem to remember that there is an actual specialized shop for magnets. I must see if I can find that shop again. That could be useful, he says. Oh, okay. Did you get your display sorted, or did you have to do it all over again? I know that I had some problems. See, these are my painting holders, and I'm not sure if you'd be able to see that, but I did some recess in them with magnets to hold my miniatures. That works great. Problem is the holes I drilled to recess the magnets in are sometimes not deep enough, so the magnets stick out a bit. Don't try to file off magnets. That doesn't work. Good night, Taurus. Thanks for being here. See you again next week, hopefully. First 4 magnets. That sounds weird. I'll save that for later. So, what did we talk about today? We talked about forums. I'll be putting in the list of the forums I put in chat earlier in the video description later on YouTube. We talked about Warren. We talked about my next hobby project. Don't hold me to that. Oh, you binned a lot. Well, that's fair enough. Sometimes it's better to leave a project if it doesn't really work the way you want it. So, just a short reminder, if you are planning on taking part in the OTT painting comp for this month, you've got 4 more days. Get cracking. Get your stuff done. Put in your pictures. And then we'll see who did the most spooky. I know who's got my bet. Oh, rushing stuff is never good, Wonky. Jill is going to do it on Thursday. It's on record now. No, you must do it on Thursday. Oh, did any of you notice last week I totally forgot to put on the end screen? I just hit disconnect. Well, having days to breathe is probably preferable to stressing yourself out over a weird little painting comp. So unless Wonky will be sculpting on Thursday again, maybe a goblin this time. Well, good luck with that. I'll be playing Frostgrave on Thursday. Hopefully. So unless anybody of you have some nice final words to say, I'm going to bid you goodbye. See, Jill, that's the reason I'm needing a wee bit of a lay down myself. I thank everybody for being here and YouTube lot. If anybody of you at YouTube actually watches until the end, let me know. Have a good old time. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the hobby. Enjoy life. Don't stress about things you can't change. That way only madness lies. So, without further ado, this time we do the end credits. Good night.